Becoming a thought leader, the true path to riches. The reason that your involvement and passion for the niche is so important is that you are going to need to do some content marketing and brand building if you want to enjoy the very biggest success possible. As we have touched on, this is how you get to the point where you can select nearly any product and then sell hundreds of thousands of copies. But to get to this point, you need to consistently provide free value for your audience. This is important because it's how you're going to build trust in your audience. It's how you're going to create fans, and it's how you're going to get to a point where your audience wants to come back to you time and time again to see what useful information you've put up. Again, the way to get to this point is by posting about a topic that you genuinely love and find interesting. Of course, there is a moral consideration here, with great power and all that. The sales funnel. A sales funnel is a term used to describe a series of interactions you have with a potential buyer that will allow you to gradually convince them to buy from you. The thing to remember here is that most often people don't buy from strangers. If someone came up to you on the street and offered to sell you a product, you would almost always say no. In affiliate marketing, we can do this legwork by communicating with them in other ways. That might mean by giving away a free report or inviting them to an online seminar. It might mean getting them to sign up to a mailing list. Use an autoresponder like MailChimp or Aweber. This is how you convert a cold lead into a warm lead. They say that you should try to make 5 touches before attempting to sell. This way, the lead will know and trust you well enough to consider spending money on your brand. 2 of the very best strategies you can lead are to create a mailing list and to sell something that is extremely cheap. The mailing list is a very popular strategy in the world of affiliate marketing. Usually, you will offer your subscribers something free, like a PDF report, in exchange for signing up. From here, you can then communicate with them directly in their inbox, which in turn helps to build rapport and trust. You can then use a sales process via your emails to build hype for products before promoting them to your most receptive audience, while not bothering the people who clearly aren't interested. You can do this with a sequence referred to as AIDA: awareness, interest, desire, action. That's 4 emails that first tease your product, then make it sound interesting, then make it sound amazing, while forcing the readers to wait before giving them the chance to buy. Finding the perfect niche. In internet marketing blogging parlance, a niche is essentially a subject matter. This is the topic that you will be writing about, and in turn, the industry that you'll be promoting. In the vast majority of cases, affiliate marketing will involve creating content in some form or other. This means you're going to need to write about this topic and find a large audience of people who are interested in reading about it. But at the same time, this will also define the type of product you're selling. If you write about fitness, then you'll need to sell fitness-related products. If you write about music, then you'll need to sell something to do with music, etc. Depending on your niche, you may find that products and services tend to gravitate more toward the high end or the low end. Choosing the right niche is very important when trying to become a successful affiliate. The Goldilocks niche. Some niches are too big. Some are too small. Others are just right. That third category, of course, is the type of niche that you want to find, and the kind that will help you get the very best results. An example of a niche that is too big would be something like bodybuilding. Meanwhile, a niche like bird sewing patterns is just too small. So that Goldilocks niche is somewhere in between. For example, instead of writing about bodybuilding, you could write about bodybuilding for students. This is still a big niche, but it's also a little more specific than bodybuilding generally, and you'll face a lot less competition. More considerations when choosing your niche. When choosing your niche, another thing to consider is the value proposition and the emotional hook. That is to say, that the very best niches for an affiliate marketer are the ones that promise something that the reader really wants. Bodybuilding is a great niche in this regard because it promises to help people get into shape. This is something that many of us will have a strong emotional reaction to. We all want to be stronger, fitter, and more defined. and we believe that we'll be more attractive, more confident, and happier as a result. Buying an ebook on fitness seems like a great first step to becoming hot and sexy, and thus we're very happy to spend $30, $50, or $100. Now compare this to the cat niche. The thing is, no matter how much someone loves cats, a cat jumper isn't going to change their life. That means you can't charge much more than $5 or $10 for it. This means you need a much higher turnover in order to make the same amount of profit. The single most important factor: your involvement with said niche. If you don't know anything about fitness, then you should not create a blog about fitness. If you have no particular interest in knitting, then stay away from that niche. The only caveat is this rule: if you are working with a writer or advisor who does love the subject.